Just like that, Tuesday. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Welcome back. Crypto After Dark, Carolina Keith, regular Keith. Keith, I hate Keith. God, what a jerk Keith is. I like the fact that Keith's trying to help me money, but screw Keith. Help me make money, save money, but screw Keith. Good to see everybody regardless. If you're ready, we're going to talk some charts tonight. We're going to talk about the fact that even though things look up for the moment, I think they may be bearish. Give them some examples of why I think so. Let's have a look at those charts, shall we? And we shall. Now, if you haven't done so, please go hit that like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe. It costs nothing to be friends of the channel here. In fact, we urge people to do so because, hey, look, you know, the more positive response we have from people, the better. We want the most people in here possible to be able to help. I'm going to try adjusting the screen just a touch. I changed some settings around, and I think we may have solved some of the issues with quality on the streams. I'm not positive of that just yet, so I want to play it by ear a little here, and hopefully things get a little bit more clear as far as streaming goes. I can't be positive of that. I have to give it some time on you guys' end, and if you would let me know if the stream seems a little bit more clear on your end. Hopefully it is. Let me adjust the camera a bit. I did this beforehand, but I wasn't sure how it was going to look. I decided to kind of tinker around a little bit. I also changed camera placement a touch. My lights didn't sync up just now. I noticed that. Hang on a second. We'll get those on. In the meantime, let's go say hey to some folks. What's up, everybody? What's up, Frank? Good to see you. Jeremy Monroe. What's up, Electric Ken? All right, Dynamis, what's up, brother? Kevin Luce Jr., Lunatic Prophet, what's up, dude? Good to see you. My microphone working? It is. Nifty Phoebe, what's up, Miss Phoebe? Couldn't find the applause button. There we go. There's some lights. All right, Timeless, what's up, Miss Timeless? Good to see you. Colo, what's up? BAP, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Big Tex, my man, what's up? Who else? Dirk. What's up, Dirk? I love a deeper dive into Avax. There was an announcement about a partnership with Alibaba. Sure, we can dig into that and show you why none of that matters. Not just messing around. But we do charts here. The news is beside the point to us, but we can dig in on the chart and look. Minor Mike, what's up, dude, from Virginia? What's up? Good to see you, brother. I can't tell people how I always love the vibe here, brother. We Miss Phoebe, we love having you here. Thank you. All right, so 25 people on, 16 likes. That's enough for me to get started. So first things first, even though we go by some simple fundamentals here, if we see an 821 cross, we like to try to buy. I want to caution everyone before you get too deep down this rabbit hole and think of jumping in, trying to hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. If you remember the movie Don't Be a Menace, that's on there. So anyway, you see we're about to get an 821 cross. We haven't gotten it just yet. We did manage yesterday to, at the last 30 minutes of the day, jump over the 21 EMA and close. That's not a bad thing. However, we're sitting here rim riding this top level right here, and we've yet to break that top level. This really needs to break. And which ways can it break? Well, if you look here, we do have a short-term trend riding up. And if I go down to a lower time frame, you can kind of see it better, but it's not any need. You can understand that I'm trying to show you that there is a short-term trend line going up here. We have one or two options here. Either this thing jogs sideways like so, which is a solid possibility. Let me switch to a different color here. There we go. I don't typically use blue, but I've been trying to use contrasting colors a little bit so people can see it a bit better. And this should be, honestly, this should be in 1080p or 4K. I can't control the output, but I can control what comes into the software. So I've changed some things around, and hopefully things are a bit better as far as the vividness of the screen and stuff. I hope. I don't know. It worked on my end, but I'm not sure how it looks on that end. I can watch it afterwards. And of course, something else not a lot of people know, but whenever I upload a video like this or a live stream, YouTube doesn't make it high quality until like 8 hours after it's been posted up and left alone. Then you can get like high quality access. A lot of streamers who don't live stream put their stuff on and leave it unlisted for several hours, or do they do a premiere. And when they do a premiere like that, Well, then it's already done for them, and it's already fully loaded up into all the nice software and high quality. Well, I don't have that luxury, so that's not going to happen here. Either way, we have two options. One, this thing just kind of jogs to the right, tags this trend line, and then scoots on up here. I honestly don't think that's a bad option. I think that may end up actually happening. We haven't fully tested the bottom of this resistance zone right here. Okay. All of this resistance right here is still left kind of untouched. We need to see that stuff really dig in. I'd like to see candles really dig into the bottom of that and fail. Next up is the fact that we have a good big rock solid trend line right here pointing down, bearing down on us, which is very obvious right here. This white trend line coming down, it goes way back. All right, it's still bearing down on us, so it's time sensitive here, which is really a bit of a time crunch. As price works its way over sideways here toward this trend line, we're running out of days. If it stays the way it is, and this thing continues to do this stuff and just kind of bounce sideways over and over again, that leads us to the first of the year, maybe the first week of the new year, where this thing has to make a decision up or down. The longer we sit here and drive sideways after making a move up, the more likely we are to go down. All right? I don't want to see that happen. I would prefer if this thing jogged right, broke this trend line, and started moving up. However, there's not an extremely high likelihood that that happens. I think you all can understand that. Well, for that to happen would mean we're in an uptrend. That would be the first setup trend since last year, this time. That's the last time Bitcoin made any semblance of an uptrend. There was a bit of a move from June till October that kind of went sideways and up just a touch, but then more sideways. That really wasn't an uptrend. That's kind of sideways. Key levels to break here. We were kind of talking about this in the Discord the other night, and if you haven't done so, jump over to our Discord. It's free. It's free. Where is it? Well, it's right here. It's very simple to do. You just touch the Discord button and bam, here comes Discord. Right here is our Discord. It is free for everyone. If you use the Launchpass link, which is down in the description of this video, you get full access for free for 1 month in our Discord. And if you don't like it, you pay nothing. 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 You pay nothing. Got that? Here's our unlimited chat. We've been talking about a ton of stuff over here, sharing charts, sharing moves. We have a regular general chat. If you don't want to pay and you just want to hang out in the Discord with us, well, come on. We have multiple other channels that talk about charts, that talk about scams, that talk about leveraging, that talk about scalping, that talk about equities and bonds, that talk about forex. Perhaps you have DeFi questions and answers can be given. Perhaps you have custom indicator scripts that you would like, which are part of the Discord. Some people charge thousands of dollars for custom indicators. We have custom indicators and a bunch of people working on some really cool screeners and stuff that pretty much do all the work for you. All of our live streams are over here, and all of our new videos that get released first on our Discord. We send them over there first so that everyone can watch them there. Then you guys get the stuff after that, watching on YouTube. Just a perk of being part of the clan. So, back to the charts. I'm leaning toward the up option. And this doesn't mean that we're bullish. Not every single green candle is a bullish candle. I need you to understand that. You have to look at the big picture here and see how far we've fallen on the way up. We have fallen so far down, right? And you've got just a little bit of up. And this is the same case if I keep zooming back and looking back. You'll continue to look back and see all the failures that have gone on one by one by one. I'm leaning towards short-term up. Now, that doesn't have to happen. What I'm going to show you here next is I'm going to flip over into linear mode for a moment. In log mode here, you see that we're in between 236 and 382. We continue to bump our head, though, at this level right about here. Right? That's, I'll make that in purple right there. That level right there seems to be holding pretty well. It doesn't want to give up, right? So this is in log mode. I'm going to jump over to linear mode since we don't have very many candles on the screen. It won't change too much. I jump over into linear. You kind of see that, well, we're bouncing on the top of 236 in linear mode. Now, log mode is different. Obviously, it's showing us that we're in range. Linear mode is showing that we're just sitting on the top of support right here, bouncing around. And even though we're slapping our head against this level, we have good support. So I'm in between, right? On linear, and I should be in a more short, quicker time frame, we're okay to move up towards 17,700 or 17,700 where we thought, or up toward 18,000, 18,250, somewhere in that range. By looking at this, we're kind of clear to do that. If I look at the indicators and kind of give it a look over once, all of them are slowly trending up, yeah? Slowly trending up. We've seen this happen before, though. This slow trends up with very hard, aggressive falls. It kind of seems to be chopping out the exact same move. Again, just on a lower time frame, just on a little bit shorter period, not quite as broad as the last one. If you remember, put this back in log mode so we can see again. If you remember this last move, it was much more snappy. It came up very quickly here and then came back down and then tried it again and then came back down and then tried it again and then came back down. We kind of saw this coming as it got closer and closer to the trend line. I'm beginning to wonder if that happens again. We're not to the midway point of halvening and non-halvening until somewhere around the end of January. So there is ample time still for this chart to do what it wants to do. If it does want to drive dead sideways and slowly up, hit the trend line and then fail. We don't know yet. We're going to play this close to the vest, one move at a time, and not do anything rash. Now, how long is this going to take? Again, once more, it could drag all the way out to the end of January. I would assume more on the faster end of things happening, but I can't control that. Honestly, I kind of almost expect this exact same move back here to happen again, okay, just on the smaller form. So a little something like this, right? Up and dance around maybe, and then come back around one more time and then tag it and fall. Something kind of like that. I can't be for sure. Perhaps it's just something like this, right? There's another possibility. So you got, I'll draw that a little bit better. You've got shoulder here, head here, shoulder here, and then fall. Right? There's a possibility that that happens. I don't know yet. I'm leaving in my options open here. I will not be longing anything right here. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'm not going to be longing here. I will be waiting for another short setup. As soon as I get that short setup, I'll be happy to grab it and run with it. Hasn't played out yet. More than ready for it to, though. More than ready for it to hurry up, do it, and get it over with. Then we can move on. But one step at a time, okay? One step at a time. Let's jump over to some other stuff now. I know some people have mentioned some stuff over here real quick. And we will... hey, what's up, Big Tech? Sorry. Let's look over at some stuff real quick with some comments, and then we'll breeze to Avax because someone asked about Avax. All right. What's up from Costa Rica? That's awesome. Clarity looks precise on the colors, candles, please. Oh, thank you. Good. Hot thumbnails only, please. Absolutely. It's not clickbait if it's Britney. Let's just be straight. If it's your queen, it's not clickbait. It's not. But she has to be your queen. Anyone who knows me knows that Britney is my queen. I had fun with the thumbnail. It's whatever. Wow, yeah, year down since December, meaning all the bullish noise the past year has been irrelevant. Let that sink in. Ooh, that's a good point. Thank you. In her private jet, join us via Starlink. Probably. That's pretty good. J 2.0, do you ever leverage trade on fib levels before the trend confirmation, or do you always wait for the trend confirmation to do some level? I prefer not to leverage trade without trend break. I like to hedge my bets on leverage and not take too many risks. That being said, sometimes you still mess up and you still should have done it anyway. So leverage trading is a bit fickle like that. All right. Let's see. Jeremy Monroe's got a couple here. Let me get out my ink pen. Write those down. I think this is my good ink pen. It is. I can't write on this piece of paper because this is the good one that I've been writing everything on. Let me flip to the next one. All right, people. Damn it. I got tax stuff all thrown out on my desk here. Yes, when you have a business, you pay taxes year round. It doesn't matter. I have shit sitting everywhere in here. Ape and Avax. All right, let's jump into Avax next. And we shall. All righty, Avax. So, bearer of bad news is me. So, this thing is still plugging along, failing every single time it bumps its head up against the trend line or even really gets close to it. So much downward pressure on Avax here. We are approaching the major support zone, though. You have all of this, which ran for, let's see, all July to September, 3 months of support, followed by another hit of support right here from, let's see, what's that, January to the end of January, another month. And then for about another month and a half over here, you hit more support right along this same $10 level. I fully expect this level to get hit. No amount of news, no amount of partnerships or blah, 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 or anything like that's going to change anything. About 1% of the world knows what Avax is. So keep that in mind whenever you think about news. 1% of 1% actually might understand what you're talking about. And then there's me, who doesn't care because it's in the middle of a downtrend. Any up right here, still bearish retest. And I'll give you the point of what I'm saying here. Right about this level is resistance. So that was support for this move. You see that? That was support. And look what we've done. All we've done is we've rolled back around here. Let me zoom in here so you can see it. There we go. All we've done is rolled back around and tested the bottom of resistance. This is going to fail. How long it takes to fail or the exact level of where it stops at is beside the point to me. This is going to stop. And when it stops, we're heading down here to $10. No if, ands, or buts about it. That's the way I see it. How far? Well, let's pull a fib and see. First, let's grab this one and pull all the way up here, and let's see how far it went. This one didn't quite make it to 1272. So I believe this one goes to between, there you go, the 1272 and the 1414 are right around $10 each. So I'm still hanging on to that $10 level here. Now it may go farther than that. It may come all the way down here to $8. My goodness. And if it can't hold that, this thing is coming all the way down in this green box down here, somewhere around $5. My goodness. I'll be watching very carefully at $10, and I probably will enter with some there. Maybe not all of it, but I probably will enter with some there. If it fails that and shows me that it wants to roll over and keep going, likely I'll wait for these lower levels down here, because at that point the capitulation is on and farther down she goes. It's just the way I see it. So let's jump over to weekly and we'll have a look at some of the indicators here. Yeah, so they're still bearish, rolling over. MACD has come up off the floor, but even with all the bullish MACD movement right here that you have that's going up, you still have prices that are coming down. That's bearish divergence. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's not getting it. That MACD is showing you that it's going to be a longer play here. Go to the monthly. Monthly has only started to go down. Look at the monthly RSI. That thing has only started to go down. That thing could still go oversold. If that goes oversold, that's coming down to the $5 to $3 range. Don't tell me it can't happen. All right? It can happen. It's happened before, and it will happen again. So that's my Avax look. It's not all blim and all death, right? I do think there's a possibility that it rebounds. And when it rebounds, I expect it to go to this level right up here, this red box, in the next bull market. That is a ways away, okay? I don't expect it gets to this level rapidly. I expect it'll be a bit of a grind, and I expect the bull market to kind of end out right here for Avax. Somewhere around $97. Call it 100. How about that? Somewhere between $80 and 100. That's where I would put Avax in the next bull market after it comes back and reverses. This is one that I will be buying, and it is one that I'll likely have on the ledger and leave it be, because I understand the Avax ecosystem is pretty big. Even though there's a lot of scams on it, that doesn't stop me from making my gains on the coin alone. I won't be putting my money into nodes or any of that mess. Not going to happen. Not falling for Ponzi 2.0. Ponzi season again. A lot of people like to call it node season. It's more like Ponzi season. Yeah, so one step at a time. Play it safe to the chest here. I fully expect some more sideways or down. Up would be great. Up would be great. Don't expect it, though. Let's go look at Ape. Ape coin. Well, all right. I drew some stuff on here. Let's have a look at what I drew before, shall we? looks like I drew a head and shoulders and a neckline, and I drew a head and shoulders failing and coming down here. So I drew what was going to happen before it happened. That's interesting, folks. How did I know? How did I know this is going to happen? Did I have a crystal ball? No. All I had was the chart and some simple indicators and price action to tell me what was going on. You do not have to be a rocket scientist to do this. If I can figure this stuff out and I can draw it out and see it happen, then you can draw it out and see it happen. All you need to do is put in a little bit of time and effort, and you'll be amazed at what can come out on the other end, okay? Please use your better judgment. Stop taking the advice of people who want to see you fail because they need your money, and learn. You don't have to give me $1. You don't have to pay anything to me. The educational videos that we have in the instructional videos section are free. They're free. Free, everybody. Please, if you don't listen to me, listen to someone. All right, so we see the head and shoulders. I'm going to erase that. Move that off. Okay, we got a good look at that. We see that this thing essentially made a nice arrow. The price action played out almost perfectly, and then she failed. Let's grab this trend line because it actually comes up here a bit like that. All right. You see that even though all we had was this, we had this nice price action, which is very similar to what we had back here. We had this nice price action, yeah, felt good. All of it was still under the trend line, though. There's still a solid possibility that this thing does the exact same thing it did back here and rolls over and plays dead some more. How long could that take? Well, that would put us to the end of January. Again, somewhere in that range. And if it did fail, right down here is your level to fail again, around $2.25 to $2 flat. Somewhere in that range would be a good spot to look, especially if this thing fails to break trend, which honestly, it looks like it's trending towards doing. It's had a couple really good weeks here. And how much longer can that last, right? We're going to find out. MACD's gotten bullish crossed. RSI is still trending up, just like it did back here, right? Making you feel good about yourself, and then squadoosh. She drops a big deuce in your face, and you lose money. I don't want to see that happen, so let's be careful. Yes, you probably have some bullish EMAs, bullish moving averages. Yep, so you've crossed the 50. You're bumping your head on the 100 EMA right now. Kind of trapped. Think it's going to soak up a lot of momentum to do so. Whatever up happens, in my opinion, will probably get smoked out. We'll see, though. People. All right. Let's see. Kind of sideways here. Not kind of sideways, very sideways. You did break the downtrend, but now it's kind of stuck right here against resistance. Move that up a little bit. Excuse me, let me get some water here. Ooh, there we go. Kind of bumping your head up against resistance still. I feel like a lot of momentum is going to get soaked up again. If it just gets back up here to the resistance line, then you're going to see the RSI get topped out, and you're going to see the MACD start to run out of steam. Everything's going to roll over and start to play dead, and it could get ugly. That plays all the way out to the end of January again. That's just a quick little drawing I did right there, but until some levels break here, be careful. I don't know how far price action is going to get driven up with altcoins if Bitcoin does make a move upward. We're going to talk about liquidity tomorrow on the live stream, the 2 o'clock live stream. So I hope everyone tunes in for that, because I want to explain like what a liquidity crunch is and what happens, right? And I think that's still going on right now. I think people are a little bit premature on when the bottom is in. And there's a little bit of misinformation out there. So I try to work with other TA people. There's a lot of agendas, I'll put it that way. So it's kind of hard to do that. But everyone in the Discord's got a pretty good grasp on things. I don't want to be the one that says everything. I like to have multiple opinions from multiple people. especially people who are smarter than me. So a lot of times I listen to China Matt, some other guys who are really good at charting. I don't know how far alts are going to go up if Bitcoin does chase to around 18,000, but for Bitcoin to fail 50% at 18,000 is $9,000 ish. I mean, it's done that one day before. So pump the brakes on enthusiasm. Let's be very careful here. The next one is ANC. Oh yeah, Anchor's a terrible idea. Isn't this part of Luna? I think so. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with this. And it's still gnarly downtrending. It is slowly changing around here a little bit. That's slowly doing its job. Like, never mind. I take it back. Take it back. That still looks bad. Never mind. No, thank you on this one. I feel like this one's going to smack the trend line and fail right in its palms and just melt in front of you. SPY. Yeah, let's look at the SPY. All right. We talked about this on Monday morning in our Discord. We do a weekly outlook every single Monday morning. All right. Every single Monday morning, we look at stuff. We go over all the top assets that are publicly traded, be it S&P 500, Bitcoin, Johnson & Johnson, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Here you see a great example of something tagging a trend line, us being on top of it, seeing that it was coming. Not only did it tag the trend line, okay? Not only did it tag the trend line, but it also tagged the 50 fib, and it also broke this little short-term trend line right here. Where's this heading? Likely more down. When? Well, the next little bit. We can pull another fib here and find out how long. We pull a short-term fib from here to here, and we can see that we might have about December 15th, so another week. In the next week or so, we're going to get down here to this level about 385 or potentially 377 or potentially even 370. Somewhere around in there in the next week, we're going to come to one of those levels. If we don't come to one of those levels, we're going to stop where we're at. We're going to reverse back to this trend line. That hasn't happened in a while. So be careful, right? There's a good solid possibility this thing just keeps on coming on down. We don't know that just yet. Let's play this carefully. We've seen the same price action over and over and over and over again. Man, use your brain. Don't get overzealous here. If you got some options, please take your profits and do your thing. Don't always drag these options out. Don't be Caroline Ellison, okay? Don't be that. Like literally the worst trader of all time. Hey, what's up, Terry? What about Amp, Teru? What's up, Farood? Tails, S&P, Ola, IRTX. So let's bump through a couple of these real quick. Tailcoin. My goodness. All right. Tail went straight through the trend line right there and is still going. Look at that simple thing I made back there. Way past profits. I believe that was probably a leverage trade. Goodness gracious. Maybe I need to redraw this trend line, huh? Perhaps these wicks up here were correct and I was just wrong. Nah, that doesn't make sense. And it looks like it broke trend, doesn't it? Goodness gracious. Already went double overbought on the RSI on the daily. And now the MACD is starting to roll over. I expect a trend line touch here. Let me draw this back. I bet this is the actual one right here. And I bet it comes back down to here. That makes more sense. Okay, that makes more sense. So it's off and away far beyond the trend line, isn't it? The way it's rolling over now on the indicators kind of give me this evidence that perhaps she's running out of juice. The trend is still kind of holding here. So once this trend fails, I would probably let it go. Else of that. Double overbought on the RSI in the middle of a bear market is rare. So be careful. CRO. Looks terrible. I have this on my list of shotgun shitters to put 100 or 200 bucks on in the next bull market. And I'll probably do it. I probably won't throw a ton of money at this because I don't fully trust crypto.com. It's making a bear flag underneath fib levels at the moment. Throwing some bearish candles. Needs to improve rapidly or else. Okay, so Jeremy Monroe says he's got some that seem to be breaking trend line. Problem, we're out of time. So I'm going to write these down. Hang on a second. CTSI dash engine. Someone else mentioned a couple up here. Let me get up there. RDNT. I'm sorry I didn't get to these Colo, but I will get to them on the next stream, okay? Blank, XCal. Never heard of some of these. Pilot and Cause. All right, cool. So I'll get to these on the next stream. Thank you all for coming, dude. 30 minutes went by really, really fast. And there wasn't a ton of people on here, but that's not the point. The people who come on here care about their money. They want to make a little bit more than everyone else. You know, we keep it 100 here. We don't do any bullshit. We don't do any shilling. We don't do any promotions or anything like that. It's all about the community. It's all about making more money together. We want a smarter network of people. Thank you all for coming. I'll leave you with this. In the words of the late, great, notorious B.I.G. Could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. Blows my mind. Every time I say it, I can't quite grasp it, but it's real. Thank you. Sky's the limit. Y'all be good. Peace.